Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have a sunny morning again in Luxembourg, so that's nice. And might go for a walk this afternoon if we can. Should be nice also. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Sasha, Maya. Good to see your beautiful faces. Matea. So that's nice. Yanni watches me on his phone, but he's across the table from me. It's hilarious. He's just making sure everything flows. You know, he's really good like that. It's good to have him around sometime. No, I'm only joking. Yeah, it's good to have him around. Okay, so today we're doing a big one. Now he's laughing. That's nice. I like to see him laugh. Today we're having a new thing, 2-hour meditation because it's Thursday. And I got a message yesterday to work on, financial abundance, like bringing in money into your vibration, or what you consider to be financial abundance into your vibration. So we're going to do our normal meditation that we do every day, and we're all akin to it. We all understand it. And for new people, you can go to the old videos and go through them if you like. And last Thursday we did, what did we do last Thursday? Oh, the DNA. That's still up too. The DNA one for the 12-strand DNA. That was really powerful. We had a lot of response from that. My head was buzzing afterwards. So there's some earlier ones there that you can go through to understand the technique and what we're doing, and why we're doing it the way that we're doing it is also important to know. And today because it's Thursday, we're going to look at financial abundance. And when we look at financial abundance, of course, it's not like a one session treats all and everything's going to be fine and all your money worries are going to go away. We have deep-seated financial imprints, both emotionally and mentally, and sometimes karmically. So to just do one thing is, it's okay, it's a start, but you need to look at it at different things. And of course, I'm not going to cover all those things on here. But I will, just guide you through a few things this morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold that vibration, and I want you to see how comfortable you feel with holding that vibration. How far out from your body can it go? How much can you hold? Because people get uncomfortable. They start to feel stressed. They start to feel, oh, that's too much responsibility. And some of your either past lives or ancestral things will get triggered. So we're not addressing those this day. But if you want to, you can make an appointment with me through my website, lovelightandtruth.com, and we can work through it together. And just note down what comes up for you over the next few days. Because sometimes we have fear around holding a lot of money, because maybe in a past life we were killed for having a lot of money. So the idea of having a lot actually makes us feel very nervous and very stressed and sometimes anxious. And this is normal when you've had a repeated pattern of money being something you need to be afraid of. That's one of the key ones. Another one of the key ones is that, people with money are assholes, and I don't want to be an asshole. So we avoid money because we don't want to be something that we don't like, or a person that we don't like. So that's another really strong, we can have it in an emotional or a mental imprint. So these are really strong ones. And another one is also around your parents, because if your parents experienced a lot of fighting and a lot of stress over money, you may avoid that. So I won't have any money, so I just avoid that subject completely. I won't even look at my money. I know heaps of people who don't even know how much they have in the bank what their debts are or how much they're spending in a week. So there's an avoidance around money. And it can also set up that power struggle around money in a relationship where you find yourself repeating the patterns of your parents around money. I'll give you an example for me, what I found in my own life that used to drive me crazy, right? So I would have times in my life. My father came from a very wealthy family, and he was born on Hampstead Heath in London. They had drivers, like chauffeurs, maids, all of this, lived in a beautiful, what you would call mansion now. So he came from a family with money. They had a big engineering firm, and everything was first class all the way. And that was in my father's DNA. And he married a barmaid from the south of England, with a strong accent and everything, coming from a family that didn't have as much money, had to work really hard. And my mum kind of, understood how to save and how to manage money on a very tight budget. So we have this saying, to be able to live off the smell of an oily rag, because you've got so little, you've just got the smell of the money rather than the money in your hand. So my mother came from that, and my father came from this. They fell in love, they eloped because they were pregnant with me. So I was the secret, which is very interesting because that's a pattern that I have in my life, that I am hidden all the time. I'm a secret. And I find this a lot with my work, because I work with sometimes very well-known people, and they never recommend me. They always keep me in the background as their little secret. And it happens a lot, right? So that's something that's been very ingrained in me. And it also comes, obviously, because I was born with it, it comes from past life that I've experienced. And over the years, I have worked really to no end working on clearing this. I don't know if I'm completely there, but I'm willing to continue working on it. Whenever I get a little thing, I go, okay, that's triggered something, I'll go work on it, right? So I see, when someone triggers me, I see that as an opportunity to change something in my life, right? So I might fall down for a day or two, I might, like this, but then I'll kind of wake up and go, okay, this is something I need to clear. This is a great opportunity. And I do that more than ever lately, because all of this stuff that's going on really triggers me. And so getting back to my parents. So when my parents were together, there was this constant struggle around money. My mother's fears around money and my father's carelessness around it, because he was used to having this abundance. And the interesting thing is, what I discovered is when people are used to having abundance, they always live in abundance, because they naturally believe that is how their life should be. So as I was growing up, my parents divorced, and I would go live with my dad for long periods of time. And my father's family had a very famous restaurant in the Rocks at Circular Quay in Sydney. So very famous area. They made a tremendous amount of money from that. They were very, very good at business because it was in their blood, right? So my parents migrated to Australia when I was a baby. And then, so I would go to my dad's and I would live this really opulent, amazing life. I'd be in a 4-poster bed and driven around in fancy cars, and they'd always buy me new clothes, and I would eat whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. And we'd go to Luna Park every weekend and always do these fun things. And then I would go home to my mum, and for a lot of the time we lived 4 children and an adult in a 1-bedroom apartment supplied by the church. And we used to, so you can imagine, I go from that to actually my mother having to make the decision financially, because my father never gave her any money, whether or not she would buy bread or milk. So if I wanted cereal, I had to have it with water. And we would cook our toast, if we wanted toast, on the electric heater, to kerosene heater that we had. And I hated my mother for the fact that she couldn't give me all these things that my dad gave me. But anyway, consequently, as a result of that, in my adult life, I would go through periods of time where I'd have a lot of money and everything would be flowing really well, everything would be really good, and then I would crash into poverty. I mean, absolute poverty, where I'd lose everything. And I didn't tie it with my childhood until I was in my 30s. And it was so that seems like forever when you're young, when you've really got all that energy, all that positivity, all that fire in your belly to make it, and you just about make it, and then crash, everything goes. Or I'm on a roll and everything's going really well, and then bang, something happens in my life that totally devastates me financially. And this was a repeated pattern. So I realized that I was repeating the pattern of living as a child in a reality of total abundance and then absolute poverty. And then in the middle of that, I was also in foster care, which I've shared a little bit about with you. And in foster care, they were religious homes. They were even worse than my mother's place. My mother was good, she did her best. She did really, really well given what she had to work with. But I understood as I got older, the reason my mother threw herself back into poverty like that was because that's what she was used to. She was used to creating stress to show her power. Remember, powerful people create powerful dramas, right? Powerful people create powerful dramas. And so my mum, in order to prove how powerful she was, she would create these disgusting things that she would have to get herself out of. And I did the same shit, right? Because that's what I learned. So, I'm hoping that through this conversation, you'll see that sometimes just calling in money is good, but it will bring up all your shit around it. So it will bring up your belief systems, your resistance, your emotional freakouts. It will bring everything up. And in that case, make an appointment with me. Okay? Don't sit on it and think, oh, it will go away. I can work through this myself. The reason you go to someone is because they're a counter energy and they can see things a little bit more clearly than you can, right? They can hold an energy for you so that you can go into the depths of what you need to go into. Because what I discovered was sometimes I just wasn't willing to let go and really know. And if I went to someone else, they would just trigger that, oh, yes, all the pieces come together. So you may find yourself playing out a situation that your parents created. It could also be something that's ancestral, like, maybe a grandparent or great grandparent experienced great devastation. For instance, I had this client that lost everything. And when we looked at it, his father, around the same age, lost everything. And it was really interesting because I watched this friend go from hating their job, hating their life, to finding something they love, making so much money they didn't know what to do. And then they told me the story about their dad. He was really telling me, oh, this is what happened to my father. And I said to him, oh, have you, because he was fairly young when that happened. I said, oh, have you ever kind of looked at that? Because he told me some things that had happened earlier in his life. I said, have you ever thought that maybe you're following the pattern of your dad? Oh, no, don't be ridiculous. No, I'm fine. Anyway, of course, I was kind of not willing it, but I could see that the same thing was going to happen to him because he was so invested in what happened to his dad, and it had impacted him so greatly that I literally watched the whole thing unfold. It was very, very interesting. So we do pick up things from our parents, from our grandparents, both positive and negative. So for me, I picked up, from my dad and my dad's family, how to be abundant. and how to just naturally draw that to me. But I also picked up from my mum's family how to weather a storm. You know, my mum taught me a lot of strength because my dad, you know, because he had all this money, at times he didn't have to prove how strong he was. He just threw money at the problem. And I must say that I've done that myself, you know, in situations I think, oh my God, thank God I've got money. I can just throw it at the problem and it'll all go away, right? So that's what my dad did. But my mum would have to work through it and find alternative ways. And she also gifted me that. Well, thankfully, I found the balance in my life, but I just wanted to share that with you because I feel it's really interesting how we can play out these abundance imprints without actually realizing it. And also another thing they're just reminding me, because I get this from Spirit, you know, they ask me to talk about certain things because perhaps there's quite a number of you struggling with that subject. So one of the things they also told me was if let's say you've had past lives where you've dedicated your life to, let's say, a religion, and within that religion you didn't have to think about money, you didn't have to look at money, but everything you earned went to the religion. If I know I had a lifetime as an oracle in Delphi, and so I was revered in the community as this oracle, but I didn't take the money myself, right? The money didn't go into my hands. It went into the people who controlled the temple, right? So they took all the money and all the gifts and everything, and then they gave us clothing, food, you know, a warm bed or what have you. So we worked and worked and worked with no money in our hands. And that was something that happened to me very early in my career, was when I was working with these people who had been devastated by sexual abuse. You know, you find when you work with these people, they don't have any money. They can't work because they can't get their head straight. And so I would work primarily by a donation. And of course, they would give me $1 or $2. Can you imagine getting $1 or $2 for 2 hours work? Yeah. But I was willing to do that because I saw it as an initiation of sorts. I saw it as my learning. Yeah. So my internship into this realm of energy. So I wasn't angry about it, but I also had another area of clients that used to pay me quite well. So I kind of divided the two, but obviously some weeks I couldn't pay rent back to my mother, right? So, but the money I found really hard to put in my hands. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So I found myself working in this niche market, like in something that was very hidden. So it's almost like being in a temple in a, you know, secret society like that. So it was very hidden. Not many people knew about it. People didn't want anyone to know they were going to me. And, you know, because it was understood what I worked with, right? So people didn't want to know. And so they were giving me what they could, but it wasn't really coming into my hands. And so I felt like I was reliving this past life in Delphi, you know, where I was doing all this work, but I wasn't getting any return for it, equal return or any freedom for it, because when you're in a temple, you don't have any freedom. You're literally tied to that religion. And so that can also cause difficulties in receiving money when you're working in a field that is healing, you know, that is spiritual, if you like. So you may have been in a church or other religions where you took vows of obedience, silence, but also poverty, like everything I own. They call it poverty, but it really is, I give my soul and everything I own, everything I do belongs to you. So you find yourself working, and not being able to receive the proper amount of energy in return. whether that's finances or goods, but you're not receiving the proper amount of energy in return. So you see what I'm saying? Money is not a simple, easy thing to work on. It has many different aspects. But what we're doing today is we're going to test you how much you can hold in your energy. And that's going to bring up anything that you have around it so you can work on it, right? And of course, some of it you will be able to, because some of you are very adept at your own abilities, so you'll be able to work on it yourself, but some things you won't. So let's take that into perspective, right? So even though we're doing this today, it doesn't mean you're going to become a millionaire tomorrow. Maybe you will if you worked on a lot of your stuff already, but there's no guarantee. It may actually bring up some stuff for you to clear. So make sure that you're very understanding of this, right? Because if you're in resistance, if it starts to bring stuff up and you start pushing it down, oh, I don't have time, I don't want to look at that, oh, it's too difficult, it's too hard, this shit doesn't work. You know, if you do that, you'll never get to where you want to go. You have to be willing to address the stuff, and it's sometimes horrible, sometimes painful. It's not really against your parents, it's just what they lived with. I mean, I didn't hate my mum because she was poor, and I didn't hate my dad because he had a lot of money, right? And the other thing was, my father never fucking shared his money either. He never helped any of us, right? He knew that we were suffering. He knew we were suffering. And he refused to help us because he wanted to have, he was a playboy. He had a discotheque, nightclub. He used to, be partying all night, taking drugs, drinking, everything, womanizing. I went and partied with my dad. So I knew him. He was a beautiful man. He was a lot of fun, but he wasn't a very good dad. And although I was integrated into that world of, high finances, his girlfriend for many, many years was Gloria Marshall, who started a huge international business for, getting fit and losing weight and all that. And so, they had private planes. She had a private plane, not my dad. She had a private plane, right? And she invited me to go learn from her and have my own studio and all that. And I knocked it back, strangely enough, for different reasons. But another one of those opportunities I said no to. Very funny. But I was still holding, I was young, I was still holding that fear around having money and maybe becoming like my dad, who appeared to not give a shit about anyone but himself. So even though I loved him, so it goes like this, it moves like this. And I love my dad and I love my mum, but I had a lot of shit to get over from both of them. And it didn't take away from the fact that I loved them, and it didn't make me feel badly about them. I just had to be honest that these are my parents and this is what they gave me to deal with. And I can either continue dealing with it or I can release it and say, I am not my parents. I may be a good combination between them genetically, but on a soul level, I am not going to possess this. So I went to a higher frequency. So that's what I want to say. Be very clear about what we're doing today. It's not going to cure all your problems, but it may just bring things up. It's how much you can hold the energy, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go on with this now. So we're going to do our normal meditation. And money energetically is gold. Gold is how it all started. Well, it was actually beads, but it moved into gold and silver. But gold is the primary color of money, right? So, when we bring that gold down, after we've talked to our guides and everything, when we bring the gold down, what we're going to do is we're going to shower ourselves with gold coins, and we're going to fill our whole body and auric and feel the weight of those gold coins. I want you to feel them, to kind of, feel the weight of them, feel the texture of them, and let them build up and see how far you can build it up outside of your body. So in your auric system, because the trick in a lot of ways to having a lot of money is having that in your auric field, right? So the average person has let's say a 2 meter, a 6 foot auric field, and that's how much they can hold in their body, but hold physically in their arena, right? But as you get more and more clear about where you want to go, what you want to do, and you start to get more and more finances and hold more things, your aura gets bigger. That's why people who, are successful have an aura about them. And we think, oh yeah, I just knew there was something about that person. It's unmistakable. So it's because their aura has grown to encompass more things. So that's why I'm pushing your auras to expand in the vibration of money, because your vibration may be holding, caring, it may be holding looking after children, looking after parents, doing a job for someone else, and holding the responsibility of someone else's life, someone else's business, someone else's circumstances in your auric field rather than your own. So that's why we're doing this, right? So let's start. And remember to build up your chi. We do our breath work using our mudras. We do 3 rounds of holding our breath. On the 3rd round, we relax. On the first 2 rounds, we squeeze our bottom, we squeeze our belly button in, and we put our head down to activate the chi in our power center. So just take my crystals and let's get ready. So let's take 3 deep breaths. Okay, so activating our chi, using our mudras, the breath of fire, or any breath you like. Let's begin. Breathing in, hold and squeeze. And release. And again. Breathing in, hold and squeeze. And release. And again. Breathing in, Hold and relax. And release. Good. Closing your eyes, breathing in and out through the nose. Concentrating on the sound of your breath, the feeling of your breath as it enters and leaves your nose. You can use the mantra so on the in-breath, hum on the out-breath, imagining the sound. So hum, I am all that I am. Good, and now as you breathe in, you're taking your breath, your awareness, your intention into your mind, your third eye, your pineal gland, and you're connecting with the water in the pineal gland. And as you breathe out, you're going to create a ripple on the water that lights up a vibration that goes into the room. So that light ripples out into the room. Breathing in, connect with the water in the pineal gland, and as you breathe out, creating a ripple of light into the room. And you may want to put a word in that ripple. So that word could be abundance, it could be love, it could be peace. So imagine that word going out as a ripple from your third eye, from your pineal gland, into the space around you. Breathing in, connect. Breathing out, activate. Good. Now on the out breath, you're going to concentrate on your brain, filling your brain with light. Breathing in, connect with the pineal gland, and as you breathe out, filling the brain with light. Creating new neurological pathways and synapses, awakening the whole brain, feeling its weight, its texture, Now sending the light down your spinal cord from your brain stem down to the very bottom of your spine. You breathe in, you connect, and as you breathe out, filling the brain with light and the light moving down the spinal cord. Good. And in your mind's eye, in your imagination, I'd like you to imagine a small lift and a small version of you. And that small version of you enters the lift. And using your breath, you're going to send the lift down into your heart chakra. You breathe in, you connect, and as you breathe out, you direct the lift down through your head now. Breathing in, connect, and out, down into your throat. Breathing in, connect, down into your heart chakra. Lift opens, you walk down the corridor of your heart into the space of your heart, that small version of you. You take your breath, your awareness, your intention, your eyes to your physical heart. And as you breathe in, you connect with the space of your heart, and as you breathe out, you awaken the vortex of the heart by sending out a ripple of love and light into the room, awakening the vortex of the heart with your breath, breathing in, and as you breathe out, awakening the heart. You can also hum on the out-breath the sound that you may hear in your body, in your ears, in your head. Activating the vortex of the heart now. Good. I'd like you to take your awareness, your attention, your breath into your heart chakra once again. And you're going to direct that love, that light that you activated in the vortex of the heart, that is now filling up your body and the entire room. You're going to take that vibration and move it down through your body, into your feet and into the earth's crystalline grids, filling them with love and light. So breathing in, connect with the heart, and as you breathe out, moving that energy with intention down through your body. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, sending it down through your legs. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, sending it down through your feet and into the earth. vibrating out into the crystalline grids. So now taking your eyes, your awareness, your attention, your breath to your feet. And imagine that you're breathing in and out through the bottoms of your feet. And as you breathe in, Mother Earth breathes in and joins with you, shares her vibration with you. And as you breathe out, you share and give your vibration to Mother Earth. And you begin to breathe in and out in perfect harmony and rhythm, becoming one with the electromagnetic field of Mother Earth, breathing in and out through your feet. Your feet may feel heavy and become like magnets. They may tingle, they may heat up, they may vibrate as you create that rhythm with Mother Earth, breathing in and out. And as you continue to breathe in and out and concentrate on your breath, we call in the prime creators of Mother Earth, the devas, the fairies, the pixies, the gnomes, the tutti-danans, the leprechauns, the little ones. We call in the elementals of earth, fire, air, water, ether. And we ask to work with you today to co-create the new earth. And I'd like you to spend a moment connecting with these little ones and understanding they are the prime creators of all you receive. Everything that you experience is created with them in harmony. So all of your inspirations and ideas are co-created and brought into the physical with the gift of these beings. For they keep in harmony the planets, elements, and all it is. Give thanks to them and communicate to them. You'll have 1 minute today to do this. Good. Now, taking your awareness, your eyes, your breath, your intention up to your crown chakra. Breathing in, connect with the crown chakra, and as you breathe out, you activate the vortex of your crown. For women, it turns anti-clockwise. For men, it turns clockwise. So breathing in, connect, and as you breathe out, moving the vortex of your crown chakra around and around really fast, activating it. And you're activating it to connect to the upper chakras and to home, to that golden light of home. And home is out in the universe. And it may look like a vortex, a ball, a lake. It's gold in colour, and it could be associated with a planet or an interdimensional reality, however it's home for you. And it's getting ready to receive you at this very moment. So now you're going to breathe in, you've activated the vortex, and as you breathe out, you're sending out a ball of love and light into the room. Using your breath to move it up, breathing in, breathing out, sending it out through the roof of the building that you're in. Breathing in and out past the trees, into the sky, moving very, very quickly as it's drawn home. Home is leading you, guiding you, assisting you, drawing you to it, going up through any clouds, into the outer atmosphere of Earth, popping out into the universe now, and taking a moment to look around, to notice all the planets, the galaxies, the solar systems are in constant movement, and that movement creates energy, and that energy is part of you. So just take a moment to feel that energy connecting with you, activating you. Good. And now you find yourself being drawn into the golden light. You find yourself at home, whether it's a planet or an interdimensional reality. You're breathing in and out, connecting with that vibration of gold. And as you do, you become aware of these amazing souls gathering around you, your spiritual ancestors, those you love, your guides, the holy councils you're connected with, the white and the blue council, the green and the brown council, the red and the purple council, the Palladian emissaries of light, the Melchizedek brotherhood of light, the Arcturians, the intergalactic council of light that represents all nations gather around you, the cosmic police that guard and protect the universe, the ancient ones, the lords of karma and the timekeepers, and all the angelic realms from cherubim to seraphim gather around you now. And those that you are most comfortable with, those that you relate to the most, walk towards you, whether it's Jesus, Buddha, Mary, Kuan Yin, all move towards you now. And you're going to have a minute to communicate with them, and the time starts now. Good, and understanding that you are the ambassador for all nations. Collectively, they support you, and collectively, you support them. They understand that the exchange that is given for energy, for effort, for information, for abilities and talents is money. And they also understand that money needs to move into the hands of those that have love in their hearts, that will use it with generosity and kindness, that will use it to heal the planet, to heal the souls of those around them, to work together with the little ones, with the prime creators of Mother Earth, to bring about balance. And they understand that because money is that currency, that support, that vehicle to bring about these manifestations, they will imprint your vibration with a vibration of money. And you may see that as gold coins or paper money. It's up to you what you see, what you feel, what you connect with. But they will fill your aura with this. However, it's up to you to remove any obstacles you may have to receiving it, to flowing with it, to honouring it, which means honouring yourself, receiving yourself. So when you bring the golden light down today, they're going to imprint it with a very strong vibration of money. And they will hold that golden light at approximately your ninth chakra, which is about 1.5 meters from your physical body above your head, 1.5 meters. And they're going to hold it there, and what they're going to do is send down the imprint of those coins or those notes down over your body. And your job is to feel that and let it go deep into the earth and do layer upon layer upon layer of it. Feel it flowing down past your physical body at your feet, and then getting bigger and bigger and bigger and wider, and see how comfortable you feel holding that amount of abundance of money. Sense what happens with you. Do you feel constricted? Does your body start to become tense in an area? Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel afraid? Notice what comes up for you. So, we're going to bring this imprinted vibration down. They're all supporting you. They love you and they understand what money is. They understand what its exchange is about. They're not holding it back from you. However, if you are not open to receiving it, if you're not clear about it, then it doesn't matter how many ways they lead you to it, you'll ignore it. So be very clear about what you're doing today. really take this opportunity to see how you feel. So let's bring that vibration down, and we're going to stop at 1.5 meters at the ninth chakra. Okay, so breathing in, connect and say thank you, and then drawing it down on the out breath through the universe. It's a very heavy golden light. It's full of coins today. So breathing in and out, drawing it down into the Earth's atmosphere. Breathing in, down into the sky, through any clouds now. Breathing in, past the trees. It's a very big ball of light today. Through the building, and it stops. This big, big circle of golden light stops 1.5 meters above your head. And it's registering with your ninth chakra. And now it's going to start pouring down all those coins and those notes down to the ground, past your body, and then building up on the outside of your body. And it may get higher and higher and wider and wider. We're going to sit and allow that to build up and allow you a few minutes to feel what your body feels with that vibration surrounding it, enclosing it, entering it. And I want you to feel what you're feeling in your body around it. And it starts now. They're going to start sending it down now. You have 1 minute more. Feel how it feels in your body. How far out from your body can it go? Will you allow it 1 meter, 2 meters surrounding your body? How much will you allow? Will it reach half of your body and not the other half? Good. And now you're going to allow that golden light to flow down into your crown chakra, through your body and into the earth. And bearing in mind that it has the imprint of money. So it's going to flow down through your body and into the earth. So it might feel a bit heavy today, a bit of weight today. So breathing in, connect. And as you breathe out, drawing it down, down, down into your crown. Very gently through your body, filling it with this golden coins, your whole body. Maybe you can hear it, hear it, click, 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 click. The coins on top of each other, down through your body, down to your feet, and into the earth. Click, 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 click. Into the earth, that's right. And now you're connected in unity consciousness, Mother Earth, Father Sky, and you. And you're meeting at the heart. You're connected to the prime creators of Mother Earth and the prime creators of the universe. And they're calling on you to activate the space of your heart and fill the world with abundance. So as you breathe in the space of your heart and you create your vortex once again, making it wider and wider, the 5D grids you have been co-creating open up before you, and you walk into the world that you have been creating. Remember to feel this world, taking the vibration of abundance with you. Feel the goodness that you can create using that abundance. The sharing of that abundance for children in need, for fresh water, for education, for health, fitness. So today when you walk into your grids, you're walking in abundant. You're walking in understanding that that abundance offers you the opportunity to bring into manifestation what your heart wants. And you'll have 3 minutes, and the time starts now. Good, and holding that scene and feeling around you. Freedom of choice, freedom of creation. Repeat after me. Gold above me, God below me. Gold before me, gold behind me. Gold to the left of me, gold to the right of me. Gold within me, grow strong. Gold above me, God below me. Gold before me, gold behind me. Gold to the left of me, gold to the right of me. Gold within me, grow strong. Gold above me, gold below me. Gold before me, gold behind me. Gold to the left of me, gold to the right of me. Gold within me, grow strong. And taking your awareness, your eyes, your breath back down to your feet. Breathing in and out through your feet. Imagine that you're standing, your feet are placed on golden coins. There's gold underneath you. And that vibration reverberates up into your body. There's gold coins flowing over the top of your body. All day, all night, there's a perpetual pouring in of gold coins. And every time you feel nervous, every time you feel disturbed with regards to money and your abilities to finance yourself and be abundant, just take a moment and breathe it in. You breathe in, I listen to the abundance. You breathe out the words in your head. Breathing in, I listen to my abundance. And as you breathe out, I am one with abundance. So breathing in, I listen to the abundance. And as you breathe out, I'm one with abundance. Or you can say gold, money, whatever you choose. Breathing in and out. So whenever you get nervous, you go into that rhythm of breathing. See all those coins under your feet and flowing over your body. And when you're ready, you can wiggle your toes, your fingers, flutter your eyelids very gently, and come back into the room. So we went a little bit over today. I'm going to put this on YouTube so you can invite friends to listen to it. You can re-listen to it. Remember to activate that frequency of money flowing through you. Gold is important because it's the original form of abundance. And a lot of, let's say, financiers are talking about going back to gold-backed money. So that's why I'm choosing that vibration of gold coins, because it's actually the future of money in a way. So I'm kind of putting you a little bit in the future, yeah? So just remember, if you have anything that comes up, if you feel a resistance, if your belief systems start to pound you a little bit, then make an appointment with me on lovelightandtruth.com, and let's see what we can do to open that up for you, okay? So have a great day, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow, plus more. I want this to grow even more because I feel we're coming up to some big challenges with consciousness, and I'm really looking forward to stepping out into the world that we love, that we've created. Enjoy the day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, bye, bye.